Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd. So, we were discussing phrases and we've covered them all. Let's recap. So, how many phrases are there altogether? 5. What are they?
Demonstrative,
descriptive, conjunction, yep. Adverbial,
can't remember this.
Possessive. So there's a descriptive, mawsuf sifa. Then demonstrative, ismul ishara musharun ilay. Possessive, mudaf mudaf ilay. Conjunction, ma'tuf alay ma'tuf. And adverbial, which has then 2 forms: the mudaf mudaf ilay form or the jar majroor form. Yeah. Any questions regarding this? No. Right. Now, we've done all of these. All the rulings and that's regarding these things have all been discussed. What I want to explain to you today is how this is different to these 4. Because obviously the question arises, for example, if this is a mudaf mudaf ilay, why make it a separate? Why not just keep it in here if it's the same thing? Why make it a new? Why not just say, well, mudaf mudaf ilay comes in here and this is adverbial jar majroor? Why do we separate this mudaf mudaf ilay? Because this adverbial is used differently. Okay, have a look at this. What are these? What do you have on the board here?
Fails.
Not fails. You have fail, fa'il, maf'ul, zarf, mubtada, khabar. The main parts. So from here to here, the jumla is jumla fa'iliyah. The main parts of the jumla fa'iliyah. And these are the main parts of the jumla ismiyah, the slots. This is a fail, and all of these are going to be nouns. Correct? And obviously, we've studied before, wherever a noun can be, you can also have what? A phrase. Lots of phrases there are. So for example, the fa'il can be mawsuf sifa, and any of these things can become mawsuf sifa. So the mawsuf sifa can be a fa'il, it can be a maf'ul, it can be a zarf, it can be a mubtada, it can be a khabar, depending on where it's in the sentence and the meaning of the sentence. Does that make sense? Yeah? Same with ism ishara musharun ilayh. It can be a fa'il, maf'ul, zarf, mubtada, khabar. There's no limitations. So for example, we can have the fa'il. Example, that man came. I saw that man. I saw that man on that day. That man is sick. You get what I'm saying? The mubtada, the ismul ishara, mushar ilay, mawsuf sifa, mudaf ilay, ma'tuf alay, ma'tuf. All 4 of these, the descriptive, demonstrative, possessive, and conjunction phrase. These phrases have no limitations. Wherever there can be a noun, meaning anything in blue, which is everything apart from the fa'il, where any of this can come, wherever a noun can be, the same place you can have what? You can have a phrase. Not any phrase, you can have the 4 types of phrases, the unlimited phrases, which are these unrestricted phrases. As far as the zarf is concerned, meaning what zarf? The jar majroor, or the mudaf ilay, where the mudaf shows time or place, those 8 that I gave you. Fawqa, tahta, khalfa, amama, wara'a. If you have a zarf phrase, this is limited. It can't come everywhere. That's why they make it separate, because this is a separate phrase. It has limitations. It can come as a zarf in a jumla fa'iliyah, or it can come as the khabar in the jumla ismiyah. That's it. Nowhere else. Do you understand? Very important. It can only come as a zarf in jumla fa'iliyah, or if it comes in jumla ismiyah, it will become the khabar. Okay? For example, how would we read the sentence?
Al-ilmu.
Al-ilmu. Okay, now we're stuck a bit, aren't we? We don't know all of this. But because what is this? What is this? Is this an ism fa'il or harf? So what kind of sentence is it going to be? Always start with this structure. This is the I'm going through. Whenever you do it, when you try and analyze, if you can read a sentence and you know what it means straight away, no problem. Nur ala nur. But if you read a sentence and you don't know what it means, then start analyzing it. So it's jumla ismiyah. So what parts do we look for? What's the mubtada? Al-ilm. Now, is this one word or more than one word? So then this has to be what? A phrase. What kind of phrase is it? Adverbial phrase. Why is it an adverbial phrase? Because inda is one of those 8 words which is a mudaf, but it acts as an adverb. Make sense? So now, this becomes a khabar. See, the zarf phrase is becoming what? Khabar. Okay? And translation will be, mubtada is khabar. So, the knowledge is in Allah. And in the means what? Not with. Ma'a means with. Inda means by. You can say with as well here, but it means a by. So the knowledge is by Allah. What this means is tafsir, that's our discussion. But the true knowledge, either means true knowledge or the full knowledge is by Allah. It also means by, also means with. Context will help you to understand what is a better translation. Now breaking this phrase down is going to be what? Mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh. Not a possessive phrase, mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh. What kind of mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh? Adverbial phrase. Okay? You see? This can never, you can never have, for example, in Allah become mubtada. It just wouldn't make sense as well. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Another example comes in the Quran, but the order is different in the Quran. So تختصمون اختصم يختصم اختصام, to argue and debate. And تختصمون is a verb, and because of وانون جمع مذكر, ta at the beginning is جمع المذكر حاضر. So it means you will argue. Okay, last talking disbelievers here, they will argue عند الله, meaning on the day of Qiyamah when they're all doomed. أذن الله من ذلك, they'll start arguing and debating. That was your fault, my fault. Who should we have followed? Who shouldn't we have followed? Etc. So the structure of this is going to be what? جملة اسمية فعلية. فعلية. Where's the فعل فاعل? فعل and فاعل. And now this is what kind of phrase is this? What kind of phrase is this? It's a zarf phrase. Can a zarf phrase be maf'ul? A zarf phrase is
No, it can't be.
a zarf phrase.
It has to be the.
It has to be zarf in جملة فعلية. This is going to be the zarf. And what's it made up of? Mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh. Not a possessive mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh, but adverbial mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh. So here, look, this in Allah becomes a zarf in a sentence. The mudhaf, mudhaf ilayh, the zarf can never be a fa'il, can never be maf'ul. Do you understand? Yeah? Another example, Allah says in the Quran, يُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. يُفْسِدُ, afsada yufsidu means what? What does it mean, يُفْسِدُونَ? Afsada yufsidu, Babi if'al means? Not to waste. That's asrafa yusrifu.
Cause corruption.
To cause corruption. So yufsiduna, what kind of sentence is this? Jumla fi'liya. And what's the fa'il fa'il? Because they cause corruption. And now what is this? What kind of structure is this?
Phrase.
A phrase. What kind of phrase is it? A zarf phrase. So what's it going to become in this sentence? Zarf. And it's made up of what? Not mudhaf mudhaf ilayh, but what? Jar and the majroor. And the jar majroor here becomes the zarf. Okay. So the zarf, whether it's in jar majroor form or whether it's in mudhaf mudhaf ilayh form, this always comes as either the khabar in jumlatun ismiyah or the zarf in jumlatun fa'liyah.
What does jar actually mean?
The one that gives jar. So this makes the word after it in a majroor state. So it jar, the giver of jar, to what? The one that's after it called the majroor. Okay. You understand? Simple? Yeah.